We're making a little lion from Sensy's Amigurumi set. Let's look at what's inside the kit together. Everything we need is in the set: yarn, needle, stitch marker, and most importantly, our instruction booklet. We'll follow the instructions in the booklet together. Alright, let's start quickly. The booklet first explains abbreviations, lists materials, all included in the kit. Then we begin with the legs. For the first leg, we start with round 1. Make a magic ring with the main color, chain 1, 6 single crochet in the ring, and don't join yet. Let's do this together. I'll wrap the yarn around 2 fingers, pass it through the magic ring, chain 1, and make 6 single crochets into the ring. As the pattern says, 6 single crochets, 1, 2, let's move this aside, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm tightening the ring. It says not to join, so I'll continue directly into the next round. Let's review 6 single crochets. Pull the yarn to close the loop. Done. Now place a stitch marker in the last stitch. Move the marker with each round. I'm taking out my yellow stitch marker and placing it in the last stitch here. Now I'm on the second round. Single crochet in the next 3 stitches, increase in the next. Repeat 3 times. Don't join at the end. Single crochet in the next stitch, then in the one right after. Increase in the next stitch. I'm increasing, so I'm entering this stitch twice, 1, 2. It instructs to repeat this 3 times. I finished the first. Insert the next stitch into the stitch and the increase. Let's continue this process till the end of the row. Here in the brochure, at the end of the second ring, we should have the number of stitches stated in these parentheses, so that's 9 stitches. Now at the row's end, we have reached 9 stitches, and I'm moving it up again. I placed my marker on my last stitch here, and in the third ring we will do 2 stitches into each of the next 2 stitches for 3 times. Increase the stitch into the next stitch, completing 2 stitches. Following the same pattern, I will stitch twice, continuing this process, making 2 stitches, then an increase, and continue in this manner. We have completed this ring and reached the 12 stitches mentioned in the parentheses. In the fourth ring, we will put stitches into each stitch around the ring, totaling 12 stitches, ending at ring 4. Finish here just like that, sorry. Yes, I'm moving up. I place a stitch marker and do a single crochet in each stitch. For the fourth round, we continue with 12 single crochets. I'm doing a single crochet in each stitch up to the marker. Let's turn it for easier crocheting. All right, I've reached my marker. So this is how long our first leg is. I'm cutting the yarn here. We'll make the other leg and join them later. Oh, I forgot to chain one. I'll chain one to secure the loop here. Chaining one now. I'll set this leg aside. I'll make the other leg the same way as the first. Now we're starting the body. It says to join the legs in 5 rounds. Chain 3, then single crochet into the first stitch of the first leg's round. Let's do that now. I'm chaining 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's insert a single crochet into the first stitch at the start of the first leg. Hold it like this. I'm making a single crochet in the first stitch, joining it. Let's pull these aside and zoom in a bit. Yes, single crochet into the first stitch at the ring start, then into each of the next 11 stitches. I'm making single crochets into 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We've made single crochets into 11 stitches. Single crochet into each of 3 chains. Work on both legs. Single crochet into each of the next 12 stitches. Single crochet into each unused loop of the next 3 chains. We should have 30 single crochets here. I'm continuing to make my single crochets, working into each of my chains. Let's review. We've made a single crochet into each of the 3 chains. It says to work on the second leg, single crochet into each of the next 12 stitches. Single crochet into each of the next 3 chain spaces. Yes, I'm continuing to make single crochets into the unused part of the chains as mentioned. In total, we need to reach 30 stitches in this section we're working on. I'm making 3 single crochets here on my chain, then moving my stitch marker. Let's remove it. Now let's move this. I am continuing. Work from round 6 to 12. We will single crochet into each stitch for rows 6 through 12. I'm placing my stitch marker here and single crocheting into each stitch for 7 rows. Let me quickly work these 7 rows of single crochet. After completing the 7 rows, I'm now on row 13. We will do 3 single crochets into each of the next 3 stitches, then a decrease. Repeat this 6 times. I'm on row 13 working 3 single crochets, then a decrease. So I single crocheted into the first stitch, then the second without pulling out, and decreased. Three single crochets and a decrease. Two, 3 decrease. Let's finish this row with the decreases. After completing this row, I placed my stitch marker. Now on row 13, we've reached the 24 stitches noted in parentheses. On row 14, single crochet into each stitch around the ring. I'm completing this round by inserting into each stitch. I finished this row. I'm on round 15. I've moved my marker up. In round 15, 6 times, 2 single crochets, then decrease. We'll do 2 single crochets, then decrease. 1, 2. Decrease, insert next to it, decrease again, 2 single crochets and decrease. I'm finishing the row. Now to the marker. Row done, moved marker up. Now on round 16. Single crochet in each stitch, inserting once in all. Completing this row quickly. Done. Moving marker up. It says to start stuffing legs and body. Let's begin, as it's narrowing and might get tricky. Using the polyester fill, I'm stuffing here. Let's stuff together. I use the hooks back to help. Let's fill this part and move to the next ring. I'm on the 17th ring for the body, the last one. 6 times insert the next stitch into a stitch and decrease. Let's do our decreases now. Leave about 30 centimeters of thread for sewing. Next stitch into a stitch, then decrease into the next stitch. Here's a stitch and decrease. I did 6 stitches and tighten my ring like this. Don't join, it says. We start placing our stitch marker. At this point we did 5 stitches and 1 decrease in 16 rings. Moving to ring 17, I make 4 stitches and 1 decrease. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, and 4, then I decrease. I inserted and gathered 3 before coming out. Let's finish this row like this. I'm on ring 18. 6 times stitch into each of the next 3 stitches, then decrease. I'm making 3 stitches, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then I decrease. We complete this row in this way. Now I'm on the last ring and 6 times stitch into 2 stitches. It says needle and decrease. We'll do frequent decreases and finish here. I've done my decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease as I go, and I'm finishing. Yes, now we'll make our arms. Two arms. Make a magic ring with the main color yarn and 6 single crochets in the ring. It's the same as the other pieces we made. I'm doing 6 single crochets here. 1, 2, let's do this and continue. Then we'll close the ring. Yes, we worked between rounds 2 and 8 and I'm finishing now. We're not stuffing the arm. We'll make another arm the same way. I won't show it. 2 arms done. Now we'll make the ear main. Chain 45, 1, 2, 3. I'll do this quickly. 4, 5. It'll look like this. Complete the tail with 10 chains, leaving enough length. Cut the yarn. We'll assemble the pieces now. I'm cutting the yarn like this. Now we're sewing all parts together. Here's how it looks sewn. This is how it looks after assembling. See you in the next kit. Take care of yourselves.